Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. .com.
Great.
Pardon me?
Did
you say something?
I say great.
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 What are you grading?
Everything. It's a great day.
Great
We're
day.
having
Great
fun.
day. Okay. From the Sugar Shack Studios in Texas, USA, it's the great In Wheel Time Baking Show.
Baking. I like baking.
Just ahead, it's our Hemmings Sold Car Roundup, where you can guess the sold price of some very interesting cars. Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars. I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines this week. Just ahead. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin and Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this rainy, cold Saturday here
chilly
in Houston, Texas.
So we have some people listening and watching online.
Oh, dear God. I'm so sorry.
And
we apologize for everything.
And Paint House, Randy Borcherding out Paint House, based on Jeff's story, apparently says, check out the hydrogen diesel injection to keep the dog clean. It's fascinating. I'm really not sure what that means.
Hey, I don't know what young kids are calling it nowadays, but you shouldn't be bringing that up.
Well, they're smoking something over there. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Paint fumes.
Yeah, paint fumes.
Paint
That's
fumes.
that's what it is. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, young kids.
You can't take them anywhere. Okay, so first of all, we're going to do the recalls because you're in deep trouble.
Oh, boy.
The rear brake hose may leak on the 2024 and 2025 Toyota Tacoma. Why? Well,
It
I
leaks.
guess they didn't tighten it up enough or something.
I don't know.
Damaged second row seat belt is being recalled on the Lexus NX, NX Hybrid, RX, RX Hybrid, and the Camry Hybrid 2024, 2025.
Might be that little escutcheon that goes in there.
Escutcheon. I like that word. Chrome front grille deflector may detach
Oh, boy.
on the GMC Sierra 1500 for 2022. That's being recalled. They're going to put a screw in it and be on your way.
And then it's going to leak.
Insufficient welds on the trailing arm mounts can fail. But that's not good. VM. The Toyota Sienna VM. What is a VM?
I have no idea.
I don't think it's a disease, but anyway, it's 23 and 24.
What's the fix? Ointment?
It's insufficient welds. I guess they're going to weld it up. The trailing arm mounts can fail. That's not good. In other words, the whole back end of the car can come apart.
Yeah.
Hyundai Ioniq 5 rear seat airbag may not deploy. It won't make any difference because you won't know about it anyway. You'll be dead. That's the 2025 model. Also, the Ioniq 5 has reduced braking performance from a software error. They got some problems with the Ioniq 5.
Uh-oh.
Might want to get that fixed before you leave the
Get
showroom.
that looked at.
Volvo EX90 headlight shutters may close unexpectedly. Martha, it all of a sudden, it got a little dark out here on the highway.
Poor Martha. Martha's always in trouble.
She is. Anyway, those are the
For those of you
recalls.
named Martha out there, we apologize.
I used to know a Martha.
Did you?
Yeah. She worked.
Last name Washington? Or
No, it wasn't Martha Washington.
did you go to school with her?
I did not. No.
Martha Washington?
No, I was close. I was Lincoln. Time now for the Hemmings.com
Thank
Sold Cars
goodness.
Roundup for the week.
All right.
Here's
I'm
our
ready to go.
our first vehicle of the day is going to be this. You got to go.
I like it.
What in the world? Well, the Sold Cars Roundup over at Hemmings.com. This car appears, and this car is a 1971 Chevrolet Nova.
Yes.
I don't think that it runs. It doesn't look like it runs.
It's
It
not
doesn't even
like-
have a window in front of it.
It's not like a Copo in disguise or anything that sat out in the rain.
No. It looks like a fixer-upper. Does it have a motor? Probably not. But somebody thinks that this car is exactly what they need, and it's sold. The question is, how much did it sell
Is
for?
that original rust? Or is that $1,500?
Really?
Yes.
I have a feeling
Now,
that this may be.
you
It's
said
a
it-
71, so it could be. Did they didn't have SS Novas back then?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what
I don't
Actually
know.
had some big block Novas
I
back
don't
then.
even know if this is that got that or not. But I will tell you, before you put in your price, Mr. Mars, that I'm thinking that it may be something special.
That's what I would think. If Hemmings is actually going to sell something like that, there's
Well,
got to
it's
be
not a
something
Hemmings.
behind.
Somebody used Hemmings to put it up there.
Right. But, I mean, they do some vetting and to make sure nobody's ripping anybody off. So I'm going to say that's probably – I'm going to say $10,000.
Really?
I'm going to change mine to $3,000. I'm going to double my
Well,
offer.
it actually sold for $7,025. So my guess is, you see, it looks like it has a car cover up on the roof of it. I would guess that this car
that was
was
trash
something
bag.
special at one time, or trash bags, yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's what I mean. It could be an SS. It could be a 350. It could actually
396
be
or
a big block.
well,
don't know.
no,
We don't-
71 it'd be a 427, but I don't think they put a 427.
Why didn't we show that? I mean,
I know
did
they
somebody
do a
take the picture?
396. I just don't know if they did the 427 or not.
They
I would think
they don't-
396
Is
would
that,
be the
Jeff,
number.
you cheat. Is that a little SS down there in the grill?
No,
No,
that's a hole to put the grill in.
That's a dead squirrel. Dead squirrel under there.
Okay, the next one. A 1966
Oh, boy.
Pontiac GTO. It's maroon. It may have aftermarket wheels on it, but boy, is that clean. Is that sweet? Oh,
Look at
I'd
the
like
plate.
To have, I'd
Slick
like to have,
1 is the plate.
Yeah. Don't call them on the phone, though. Because I don't think Slick 1 owns it anymore.
Look at the background of the shot. It's a cemetery.
it's an old
It is
car.
a cemetery.
Look at that.
Maybe the owner died.
Or
They're
the
going to sell it.
battery's dead. That's what
Battery's
it is.
dead. That's what it is.
I'm going $32,000.
Mars?
You said 66?
Yeah.
I'll go 40.
Okay. Well, did you cheat and look, Jeff?
No,
It went for $32,025.
I did not. That was just a heck of a. I've been losing for the past month, so that's it's a good win.
Yeah, that's a double win for
That's
you.
a double. And you know what?
You hit it right on the money.
We're gonna
It's a
go.
good looking car.
It's a beautiful car.
I wonder where the cemetery is. Who is that? That's who's laid to rest there.
I don't know. The next one is the 1978 International Scout 2. Back in the day, the International Scouts were not top of mind. Were they over there in Nederland?
They're work vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the International.
Yeah. Well, this clearly wasn't. Or if it was, they covered it up pretty good.
The Broncos got to be so expensive, people started looking for something else.
Yeah.
Well, this reminds me more along the lines of the Chevy Blazer back in the day.
Yeah, it's about that size.
It's a big utility, and it's a two-door. And I think, does the top come off of it? It looks like
Apparently it does. Yeah, it looks nice.
So anyway, 78 International Scout 2. It looks all stock except for the wheels and tires, and it's a good-looking truck. How much do you think that thing sold for?
I'm going to go 27,000.
I was going to go 26.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll be shocked to know that it went for $44,625.
Ouch.
Low miles.
That's what
The low miles on it. Yeah, that's it.
it's got an LS and it's tubbed.
Oh my goodness.
Your next vehicle victim is a 1975 Ford Ranchero. Now, personally, this was not my cup of tea. Any of the Rancheros, I wasn't a Ranchero guy. I was an El Camino guy. But that looks all stock again, except for the wheels on it. And it's very well done. It's got the...
It's still in the shipping crate.
Okay, if you can call it that. All right. It's got the fake wood paneling on the side of it. I don't know as if it'd be something that I would buy. No, it wouldn't be, in second thought. But anyway, it looks really clean. 75 Ford Ranchero. What do you think that would bring?
It's a pretty nice looking
Now,
vehicle.
that Ranchero, that model year 75, was it not based on the Torino?
Sounds familiar.
I think they kind of got away from it by that time.
Well, it wasn't.
I mean,
It wasn't something on its own. I mean, they didn't specifically make the Ranchero. That it's from something else.
You
It's
go
got to
first.
be Torino. Anyway, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
How much do you think that thing sold for?
I would go for 22.
I'm going 27.
14.
Wow.
I guess maybe it's because
Now, that would be something
they never got it out of the crate.
That would be something for you to buy over there in Niederville right there. That would be a road trip car. You and Becky.
The rockers
No,
look like they're intact.
it's El Camino. She's kind of an El Camino type person. We've looked at a couple of them.
All right. Well,
not much on the Ranchero.
You always have to be complicated. 1977
You got a woman
Ford
involved.
F-150. This is what we used to call a step side.
Yep.
The other one was a fleet side. This is a step side, so because it had a step back
on the
there.
side.
Mm-hmm. It's made the box in the back more narrow.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. It looks stock again, except for the tires and wheels on it.
It's pretty clean.
It is.
Is that
That's
a
light.
mirror,
Yep,
or
nope,
is that
that's a light.
a stoplight, a spotlight?
Spotlight.
Interesting, because usually those would go through the A-pillar, but this one doesn't.
Goes to the door on this one. There's not much of an A-pillar if you look at that.
Yeah, it's not much to work with
They're
there.
just thin.
How much?
Michael, you go first.
15.
I'll go 18.
16.
Okay.
16,275. Now that would be a good, nice, clean, older, probably a small V8 in it, I would guess.
Yeah, something you can work on that's not all computerized.
Yep. All right, our next one is for the highfalutin over there in Niederville.
Yeah.
This is a 2012 Land Rover LR4. It probably just got out of the repair shop because it probably lives there, but 2012 Land Rover LR4.
Or a rapper video.
Notorious B.I.G. or something.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you think that something like that would cost you initially? Because it, from what I understand, is not real reliable.
I'm going to shoot the moon on this.
Please don't.
And go 30.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, what year did you say it was?
It's 2012.
12. Yeah, 30 is probably a good number. I'll say 25.
19,845.
Must be high miles.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted it
And
really
the
bad.
notorious DON
All right,
video.
and our last one of the morning is the one that we're going to buy for the in-wheel time machine. The next in-wheel time machine is
Yes.
a 1973 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron.
Oh, man.
It's about a mile long, and it's green.
It's a hard top, too, isn't it?
Look at that. It's
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard
Well, it's a
top.
vinyl top.
Well, but it's a hard top.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't have the B-pillar in there.
Right.
Look at the size.
It's enormous. It's growing by the moment.
You could not fit that in your garage. How much? 73 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron.
22.
12.
21.
I got two
Waiting.
today.
I know, Jeff.
Wow.
You did.
Because I love that. That's just me.
All I can see is John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
That's it.
And when you go to your local HEB or Kroger, you got to park at 3 spots across on an angle. That's beautiful.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You bet. Look at that.
Can you imagine what that ride's like going down the road?
A feather. I'm thinking feather.
I'm thinking a big mattress that's real gushy. They just kind of float across the roadway.
like a Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, okay. We'll go for that. Coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Thanks for joining us today on the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, we hope that you'll join us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas beginning April 24th in Victoria. That's a Thursday. We're going to be doing a live broadcast on the 26th, and we'll have updates for you all weekend long on our social media accounts. We'll also be live streaming the show on Saturday from the Spindle Tap Brewery right here in Houston, up off of I-69. Which is the East Tex Freeway.
Heading out of town.
Heading out of town, yeah. And went up there and talked to the gal up there and got a great tour. It's probably one of the strangest breweries that I have ever seen, location-wise.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're a strange brewery guy.
Yeah, you are. and so this is off of Little York and Hirsch Roads. And it's basically in a very industrial area. Well, lots of warehouses, and the brewery is inside this man's warehouse. I guess that whatever business is in the warehouse, that he did well, and he thought, well, I'll do something for the guys. Well, I have a brewery right here. And he does. It's a legit brewery. It's got a great indoor area, the tap room, as they call it. I'm not a beer drinker, but all this property out to the side of it, they've got volleyball courts, all that big pavilion outside.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. You're going to be impressed.
Yeah.
Mike, you're interested in the pickleball, aren't you, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You going to wear your little pickleball outfit when you go out?
Well, that's what I'm going to do when I get old enough.
You know what? I think that's a great idea. I think that we should do. We're going to get some. We're going to get some new.
Sorry,
we're working on wardrobes.
I almost said it.
I think that what we should do is get some. Do you have them over there at?
I'm sure we could create something.
Create some pickleball outfits. All four of us.
Like bowling shirts.
Oh no, this would be. We have to have some really tight, high 1970s
like the
shorts.
70s basketball shorts.
Yep, we need those.
I thought you were going to go for skirts. Tennis skirts.
See, you would think of that. I didn't, but that tells you a lot about. Tells everybody a little bit about you.
All right, moving on.
Okay, some of the stories making automotive news headlines coming up right after Jeff does the cruise in and events.
Yeah, and here we go. So we got, these are for next weekend, not this weekend. Gears and Grounds at the Shop Club Houston. The gathering promises to be
Gears and Grounds. I like that.
Yeah, I know. Coffee and hot rods. Display a wide variety of vehicles, including classic cars, sports cars, exotics, race cars, and so on, lifted or lowered. Starts at 10 a.m. to 10, but it always goes over. It's at 13150 Brenton Ridge Street in Houston. That's March 1st from 8 a.m. to 10. You got Coffee and Cars Houston, from hybrid cars to classics, JDM's machines, a wide variety of vehicles there. No registrations required. It is at Post HTX, 401 Franklin Street in Houston.
That's the old post office.
Yep. And then you got weekly cruising in Montgomery. That's every week, every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. behind McDonald's and O'Reilly. So if you're back there doing something you shouldn't be, you better get out. Montgomery, Texas cruise-ins, 943 Ava Street, Montgomery. That's from 6 to 9. Conroe Cruisers, another great event. It's a weekly participation thing for the folks out there. Kroger Marketplace parking lot in Conroe. And then Sunday, March 2nd, you've got the Market Street at the Woodlands. Uni Sushi. That's at 9595 Six Pines. Uni Sushi. 9595 Six Pines. it's a charity event. They're going to raise money for the local charities in Montgomery. So everything's good. Everything's good there.
Lots to do.
Lots to do.
Tariff uncertainty looms for the public auto retailers as they assess what brands, models, and parts could be impacted. Companies are preparing for some disruption while hoping that lots stocked with new vehicle inventory and a boost from parts and service revenue will help them get through whatever they face. Significant portions of top public dealership groups' new vehicle brand mix could be impacted. If the 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico happen, then Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and General Motors are the automakers most at risk. This makes Asbury Auto Group, AutoNation, Group 1 Automotive, and Lithia the most vulnerable companies, according to a spokesperson by the name of Mr. Stevens. The groups have at least 35% of their new vehicle brand mix in those four most at-risk brands. The unequal impact of tariffs could mean that some automakers and dealers will have a major advantage over others, according to Jeff Lick, an auto analyst at Stevens. For example, the F-Series is only made in the U.S., so that's not an issue. The Silverado is also mostly made in the U.S., he said, but the RAV4, which is Toyota's number one selling model, is almost all made in Canada. Trump is also planning to announce details about tariffs on imported automobiles April 2nd. The potential levies would further expand the impact of Trump's trade policies on automakers outside of North America, such as Kia and Hyundai. Trump said the tariffs will be around 25%. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. But it's the huge. No.
Oh, can you do that?
He's not through yet.
Oh, sorry.
You're over here meddling in my stuff.
I am meddling.
Dude. That's what it says here. Somebody wrote that word. Dude, where's my contract? That's the question many suppliers have been asking, and automakers largely haven't been answering. It isn't necessarily because they don't want to. It's not a secret in the industry that in a time of potential trade war and great regulatory uncertainty, automakers aren't totally sure what to make. Roadmap beyond 2026, whether driven by internal combustion, hybrid, or electric powertrains, is hazy at best. So everybody's sitting on pins and needles. They're not selling it. Well, I can't say that. They are selling EVs, not at the rate that they had hoped to. So there's a lot of EVs sitting on dealer lots. You could probably get a deal on one if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
But people also aren't buying lots of automobiles to begin with.
Right.
It's kind of flat sales right now. Everybody's kind of hanging on. Because think of this. You buy a new car, and it's one of those that you're going to pay more for because of the tariffs. What if something goes wrong with it and you need a part? Is that part made in Mexico? If they build the car in Mexico, is it made in Mexico? That part now may or may not have the tariff on it.
So it'll cost more.
It'll cost more if you can get it. Because remember, cars are assembled in time. So the part gets delivered to the assembly factory, and then it gets put on the vehicle.
Yeah, but if the vehicle's under the manufacturer warranty, you're not paying anything for that part.
No, but you might not have a car.
Right.
It'll be in the
gotta
shop. You
wait
can't
on
drive
that
it.
part to get here. And that means, but then that gets into the whole cycle of people keeping the cars longer, which means the used car prices go up because there's less of them.
It's problematic.
Yes, it is.
Different story. High-level Japanese group, which includes a former prime minister, has drawn up plans for Tesla to invest in Nissan, following the collapse of its merger talks with Honda. This group is hopeful that Tesla will become a strategic investor since they believe it is keen to acquire Nissan's plants in the United States, according to the report. Nissan, in recent weeks, has been searching for a strategic partner in the tech industry, with some board members suggesting Tesla and Apple as ideal targets. Ooh.
The plot thickens.
Yes, it does.
Because that would give Tesla a distribution network with dealers in place.
Ding, 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 ding. We'll see what happens. But it's all in an uproar right now
Yeah.
that people aren't really talking about because nobody seems to know anything.
Well, I think
Anything they're going to share anyway.
yeah, Elon needs to contact us, and we'll let him know.
That's right.
what
We'll
the
get
idea
it
of-
stored.
yeah.
We'll
The
share
way
it
things
out.
are going with Elon right now, I don't want to have anything to do with it. He'll come in here and say, you owe more in your taxes, right?
No, they're just going to get rid of the dead weight.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
The waste and the
Something
fraud.
like that. Tesla,
shut us down.
speaking of Tesla, is going to recall nearly 380,000 U.S. vehicles due to a power steering assist failure that could increase steering effort, particularly at low speeds, raising the risk of a crash. In the filing made public February 21st, Tesla said some 2023 Model 3 sedans and Model Y crossovers, which run on older software, may experience an overvoltage breakdown. There's a word, overvoltage, potentially overstressing motor drive components on the printed circuit board. So be aware of that if you're a Tesla person. I can't imagine a Tesla person listening to this show, though, do you?
Of
We're not
course
in the
they do.
You think?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
It's a car show.
That's right.
Okay.
Car people are car people.
That's right.
Well, that's good. I like that analogy. Thank you for that. Gives
Like I
me-
said, he's going to be cutting dead weight. You know, he's going to be going, yeah.
giving me lots of confidence here. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We got more of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming your way after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. You own a car. It's time for the 47th Annual Corvette Chevy Expo in Galveston, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th and 16th at the Galveston Island Convention Center. This premier indoor event features iconic Chevrolets, from classic Camaros to America's sports car Corvette. See over 135 displays, automotive vendors, and unique finds at the expansive swap meet. You'll also see the all-handmade Galveston Craft Show, featuring over 100 local artisans. Be part of this Chevy celebration, March 15th and 16th. For tickets, visit CorvetteChevyExpo.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.